Madam Speaker, a report released by the Manitoba Nurses Union has shed some light on some of the chronic issues that are harming our personal care homes. Currently, protocol only requires 3.6 hours of care per resident per day. However, we now know that this number of hours does not reflect the complexity of care that many residents need today. Madam Speaker, would the Minister support amending our personal care home standards regulations to ensure that residents who require long-term care will receive the amount of care tailored to their needs?
The Honourable First Minister.
Much appreciate the question from the member, Madam Speaker, and this could be an historic day in this chamber if the member would so decide to make it one. We have the NDP now on record admitting that the federal Liberal government should not have cut health care funding in excess of $1 billion. In fact, actually, it would be over $2.2 billion over the next decade, Madam Speaker. If we could get the independent members to join with us today, we'd be able to speak with one solid voice against the health care cuts that the federal Liberals are imposing on all provinces, not just Manitoba. If we could speak with one voice, I think it would support our position in terms of leading the other provinces in the direction of unifying our campaign to work together to restore a genuine partnership to the healthcare funding and give confidence to the people who need those services from coast to coast to coast, Madam Speaker. I'd encourage the member to add her voice today and her colleagues' voices, along with other independent members, to a unified statement that we can put out there that says Manitobans in this chamber are supportive of Manitobans' need for properly funded health care from the federal government.
Hear, hear, hear.
The Honourable Member for Burrows on a supplementary question.
Madam Speaker, I'd like to encourage the Premier to speak through the chair in his answers. We know that 3 out of 4 personal care home residents are diagnosed with neurological issues, the most predominant being dementia. Healthcare professionals who work with these residents are extremely strained to provide high levels of care with limited resources when staffing guidelines have remained the same for over a decade. When is this government going to review the personal care home standards regulations and adjust them to represent our current need and demographic?
The Honourable Minister of Health, Seniors and Active Living.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Certainly we've made a commitment to supporting those who are in need of long-term care. We've made a commitment to new personal care home beds, Madam Speaker. We've also invested in transitional housing to ensure that those who are in hospital who need a higher level of care, a PCH-like care, can get that outside of a hospital environment, Madam Speaker. So we, as a province, as a government, have made a significant commitment to those who need that level of care. Where we aren't seeing the same level of commitment is from the federal government, who's been cutting funding to Healthcare Manitoba to the tune of $2 billion over the next 10 years, to the point where Manitobans now fund 81% of the healthcare budget in Manitoba, where it was supposed to be a 50-50 partnership, Madam Speaker.
Hear, hear.
The Honourable Member for Burrows on a final supplementary.
Madam Speaker, every day we are hearing stories of disabled seniors being hurt in elevators, of residents somehow being found more than 4 kilometers away from their homes, and of residents not receiving the proper care that they need. Madam Speaker, friends and family should be assured that when their loved ones are in a personal care home, that they are being protected, and the staff at these personal care homes should have accessibility to the resources that they need. Under what circumstance did this government feel it was okay to cut $2.3 million from the long-term care budget?
The Honourable Minister of Health, Seniors and Active Living.
Madam Speaker, the member will know that there continues to be and will continue to be a record level of investment in healthcare under this government, Madam Speaker, because we know it is a top priority for Manitobans. When it comes to the issue of long-term care, not only have we committed to building a new personal care home residences, Madam Speaker, we've committed and succeeded in getting those who need a PCH-like level of care out of hospitals quicker, so they can get it in an environment that is better for them and that they would rather be treated in, Madam Speaker. And we continue to look at different models of care to ensure that those who need a level of care that is like a PCH can get it in the best environment for them, Madam Speaker.